Hello everybody, Hunter Bakes here, back with the review for y'all. Everybody here today with another movie review, everybody. Today's everybody will be on the latest Pixar movie, Lightyear. For those of you who aren't aware about Lightyear, everybody, it is a reimagining on Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story, everyone. And it's gonna be the Buzz Lightyear that Andy from Toy Story saw when he was a kid there, and made him a really big fan of Buzz Lightyear, the character there, so yeah. And I was cautiously optimistic entering my viewership of Lightyear by. There was something different, related with their older franchise there, If Pixar is gonna do stuff with their older franchise there, I would prefer them doing something different with the characters there instead of just making a direct sequel there. Like, say for example, they made a Toy Story 5. I would not see that there, because I feel like that would be kind of pointless there. It'd be Pixar cash cowing the Toy Story franchise there. So I do think, it's an interesting idea there, do something a little different related with an older character from a franchise, older franchise Pixar there. So yeah, with Lightyear, so yeah. Recently watched everybody, here, bringing my thoughts to everybody, although everyone, before I do everyone, I'm going to briefly address some stuff, everybody. Nothing really too major, everyone, but there were some people talking about some stuff there. Only gonna briefly address them here, everybody, and they won't count my overall thoughts of the movie there, so that, But first thing, everybody, there were some people online, saying that they were going to not watch the new iteration of Buzz there due to the fact that Chris Evans was brought on to bring in Buzz Lightyear instead of Tim Allen, so... Which, I do understand there because a lot of people grew up on Tim Allen there. Tim Allen's a fantastic actor there. He did a great job voicing Buzz Lightyear there. But that being said, I do also understand Disney and Pixar's in there. I mean, this is technically a different version of Buzz Lightyear, so it does make sense that they would bring in another person to voice the character there, since this is technically a different version compared to the character people are familiar with in Toy Story there. So that, yeah, this is based on Buzz Lightyear. The movie character, however we want to say it, instead of the toy character that people are familiar with in Toy Story, so yeah. And the only other major one, everybody, this was definitely the more blown out proportion stuff there, everybody. There are some people online that got a little whatever about some scenes involving Buzz's space ranger partner Hawthorne, and how she got married to the woman there, and there was like a brief on-screen kiss there, something like that there. It was a lesbian relationship there, and stuff like that. And I honestly think people were blowing that way out of proportion there. I mean, first of all, it's 2022. There's nothing wrong with having LGBT representation in media there, right? I mean, there are people just like all of us there. We don't need to discriminate against anyone who's gay or part of the LGBTQ community there. It's wrong to do, alright? So, and second, there was barely a focus on that element of Hawthorne's character in the movie there, There's like little glimpses of it there, brief like a dialogue there. There's a very brief moment of her and her partner kissing. That's really about it there. I just feel like people really blew that out of proportions there. And I think it's like ridiculous stuff there. I don't count that as actual criticism of the film there, right? They like that. It's just, to me, it's just a case of some people online, gay or whatever there, and stuff like that, so. I said, what 2022 people, people who are part of the LGBT community there are human, or we don't need to discriminate them. It's there, it's wrong to do, okay? Treat them as equals, just like everybody else, okay? So everyone usually don't need to about that stuff there, but since there were some people, they get fussed about it there, with Lightyear in particular there, just wanted to briefly address that there before I get into my overall review there, so without further ado, everybody, we'll go get right to there, with all that stuff out of the way. We had a chance to see Lightyear by... Go get right there by usually go over plot summary, pros and cons, and overall thoughts and recommendation by. So let's go get right there one. Now, first off, plot summary by film starts out with Buzz Lightyear and Hawthorne landing on a planet there with the spaceship, and they were the rookie space ranger there, looking around for life there. Eventually counter the wildlife on the planet there. They get attacked there, try to escape it there, but the ship ends up crash landing there, and the crystal that powers the hyper speed. It ends up being damaged in the process there, so they decided to stick around there, try to create a new crystal there. And Buzz was selected to be the one to test out the crystal there. And Buzz felt like his duty there since he feels responsible for being the one to get everybody in that position in the first place there. So the first attempt there, the crystal doesn't really work there, it's a breaking there. Buzz was able to land safely there, but he was not able to achieve full force of hyperspeed there. So, some time passed there. Buzz ended up traveling like a couple of years in the future there. So... And he eventually has a robot companion named Socks that was handed to him by the Space Rangers there. Yeah. And so Buzz tries to, have him and Socks work on a perfect way to create the right, crystal there to power the hyperspeed and whatnot there. But and it's several trial and error there. But several years past there, so that, Buzz, has interactions with Hawthorne, but In one of his latest trips there, Hawthorne's not around there. She ended up passing away from old age there. She left a video message for Buzz there, so that and Buzz was very troubled by the loss there. That him and Hawthorne were very close together, so that they're as friends. Then the new commander there, the Space Rangers there, pretty much. For Buzz that they were shutting down the hyperspeed program there and decided to sail the planet permanently there, and they were going to create a laser shield. As Buzz went back into his room there, he buys up stocks, edge from about formula there, edge crack the formula there, so for hyperspeed. And then some people come by and told Buzz they were going to shut down stocks, but Buzz wasn't going to let that happen. But his stocks in the brave way, stole a ship there, ended up testing hyperspeed, and he finally perfected it there. But Buzz ended up traveling like 22, 23 years in the future there, on top of the several years he already traveled in the future there, so... and eventually encounters Hawthorne's granddaughter Izzy, along with a couple of other Space Rangers there in training, so... And they found that the city was attacked by robots there, so they had, they found the robot ship there and located, and they had plans to blow it up. But as they get things ready there for the execute that plan, also discover Zurg, the leader of the robots, and uncover some mysteries as the film progresses there, so that, though. Yeah. That's pretty much the plot summary for Lightyear Everybody. Now on to the pros and cons of the movie Everybody, and my overall general thoughts, so yeah. So after seeing Lightyear Everybody, what are my overall thoughts, everybody? Well, there were mostly good things in the film. There were different parts I really enjoyed there. There were some major issues there that we will be talking about here in the review ones. But I will go over the pauses first, everybody. First off, the animation, everybody. I mean, didn't really see much on animation when it's Pixar, everybody. They usually do a fantastic job with the animation there. Lightyear's no different there. The film looks fantastic there. So animation-wise, the film looked great. I thought the action scenes were done pretty well there. They were done. Again, I bring back into animation there. Action scenes look really nice there. So stuff like that. So yeah, but I really enjoyed the action scenes of the movie there. Thought the comedy was mostly good there. But there were definitely humorous interactions with the characters there and stuff like that. So yeah. And speaking of characters, I do like the majority of the characters by. With probably two favorites being Buzz and Hawthorne there. I really liked their relationship there, and the parts that definitely my favorite parts of the movie was whenever they was focused on Buzz and Hawthorne there, the beginning portion there. Yeah, and it was pretty sad when Hawthorne died there, so that yeah. But I thought Buzz for the most part also had some pretty good interactions and good chemistry with the other characters there. So yeah. But that's pretty much it for the positives by. Now to some of the cons here for later by. Now, the first and probably my biggest issue with the movie is the overall story where the plot itself on paper is not necessarily that bad there, but I felt like the major issue I had with Lightyear is that the film tried to throw in so many things at once there that the movie's just simply not giving enough time to fully flesh things out there. Maybe at first, you start out with Buzz and Hawthorne, everybody else on the planet there, so that. And then, after Buzz packs the hyperspeed there, the plot just changes to, Buzz and other people versus the robot army there, so that, And also uncovered the mystery of Zurg there, so that, I just feel like there were so many things that so many different things the movie was trying to implement there, that didn't have enough time to fully flesh things out. As there were definitely a lot of pacing issues throughout the movie there, where the film got pretty fast-paced there at points, especially at the end there, where it made the overall, ending pretty unsatisfying in my opinion, where it felt like things were too rushed to get to the climax of the film there, so that, so yeah. And the next other major issue is, while I did enjoy the majority of the characters so the characters of the film did bring the overall experience down there, with out of Space Ranger there was one in particular I really did not like that much there, and that was Mo. He's pretty much the comic relief character of the Space Ranger but Mo, in my opinion, is an example of a comic relief character that's not written that well, right? I mean, comic relief characters supposed to make you laugh there, keep you entertained at different moments there, but Mo, I mean, wherever the movie tried to give a comedic moment there, it just kind of sucked the enjoyment out of the particular moments of the film for me. Right, it came off as pretty annoying instead of entertaining. Plus, Mo himself really didn't contribute that much to the overall plot there. I mean, he only really contributed some minor things there, but he didn't really add much stuff, in the overall, structure of the plot there, so that, Plus, he just pretty much had the most unfunny moments of the movie for me there. Yeah. Plus, Mo, he got the group in different situations there, that were pretty easily avoidable there, so that, And the movie did try to give a bit of redemption there, with Buzz giving a pet talk there, so bad, but I feel like that wasn't fully executed right there, we didn't really see a major character change with Mo after that scene or anything like that. He was still the same there, It just felt like the overall execution was done pretty poorly, so, yeah. Overall, everybody, I found Mo to be a pretty annoying character there. He's definitely up there as my least favorite character in Lightyear there. The only other character, everybody, that I was not a fan of, everybody, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a little disappointing for me to say this, everybody, but it was Zurg, everybody. A lot of you should be familiar with Zurg there. He's Buzz's arch nemesis there, whatnot. I was curious to see how they were going to portray Zurg in this movie here, everybody. But I feel like Zurg did not fully live up to his full potential there. And the overall twist there for Zurg, it just leaves so many questions, everybody. The spoilers there, for those who haven't seen the movie there. Although I've got some details there about the movie, so. But anyways, everybody, it turns out that Zurg is actually a future version of Buzz Lightyear. And the film goes into detail about how Buzz ended up traveling back, traveling, to, from after perfecting hyperspeed there, but he was not praised for doing so there. So they ended up running away. They traveled several hundreds of years in the future, and found this advanced civilization there with this robot army there, and Buzz just started taking over it there, so that, and he ended up using the last of his crystal there to head back to the past, which is the present we know of there, and he was going to try and meet up with President Buzz, that was the main character, to try to use his crystal to travel back in time to where the ship never crash landed on the planet in the first place. And at first, Buzz is on board there, but then Buzz realizes that would erase, Izzy and from the timeline there. So some other people there who are part of, the civilization, people who grew up, lived life on the planet there, so that, including Hawthorne and her family there, the time she lived out her life there, so that, And so Buzz ends up going against his future self there, and future Buzz / Zurg's not a fan of that there, so he ends up betraying Buzz and stuff like that there. So, the movie just ended up throwing that out of left field in the last, third of the film there, and it's left so many questions to me that were left unanswered there. And the scene with Buzz and future Buzz interacted there, so they have their big conflict. They didn't really have enough time to really sink it in there and whatnot, it makes sense for the direction of the movie there and Buzz's development there, so that, but for the present Buzz, I felt like, things, like I said, again, kind of going back to the movie being fast-paced there, we didn't really get time to fully settle in there, so that, and the movie just went from one thing to another, really quickly, especially close to the end, everybody, which, like I said before, is pretty unsatisfied there, so yeah. So overall, everybody, portrayal of Zurg, I was pretty disappointed there, on paper, it was an interesting idea there, but execution wasn't fully, fulfilled well there. And it left Zurg to be a pretty disappointing ability character there. Which is a shame because there was so much potential, to do that there, they were missing villain there, so that, see. But that is pretty much it for pros and cons for Lightyear, everybody, down to my overall final thoughts for Nation, everybody. So overall, everybody, Lightyear, well, I did enjoy it to an extent there, watching it there. I will acknowledge the movie does have a lot of issues there. Well, the film has great animation, great action scenes, mostly good comedy, and the mostly strong cast of characters there. Some of the characters went from being very annoying to very disappointing there. That really bogged down the film in terms of enjoyment there, since they had lots of focus there. And the overall plot of the film there was just very fast-paced there, where, I felt like I said before, if given more time, it probably would have turned out better, but because the movie is so focused on moving from one major thing to another there, Dylan didn't have fully given time to flesh things out there. It left the overall plot and experience of the movie a little bit disappointing in the end there, so yeah. While I still do prefer, Pixar doing something different with their older franchises there, instead of making a direct sequel there. Next time they have an idea like this, they should probably flesh things out a bit more in the near future there, if they plan on doing a different spin on a character and stuff like that there, from their older franchise there, so that, So that way, whatever ideas they have in mind can be fully fleshed out there, so yeah. So for my overall recommendation, everybody, Lightyear's going to get to a rented rate for me there. If y'all are somewhat curious to check out there, then you might give it a watch there. But if you don't want to watch it there, you're not really gonna miss much. So yeah, I'll tell you if you want to see Lightyear, everybody. So yeah. Anyway, that'll pretty much wrap things up for this review, everybody. For my next review one, it will be a series review one. Haven't done a series review in a while there, but it will be on Amphibia, everybody. As for the next viewer one, next time, everybody, I will be doing another tier list for everybody, where I will be doing a remake of my whole live VTuber tier list, so make sure I'll see that, and more videos going to chill here soon. But that'll pretty much wrap things up for everyone. If you all like the show here, make sure you hit the like button, new channel, subscribe, bell notification icon, so that you will see uploads. I'll see you all next time. Till this, sir, make it out. Peace.